session, which is awesomeness. Okay, so we are live now on YouTube's. I'm gonna share screen just 1 second. All right, Anupama, let's do it.
Thank you, Alifia. A warm good morning to all of you in this room. I'm based out of Dubai, so it's quite warm outside. And all I think today are joined from Dubai, except for Bharat, who's joined from Hong Kong. I hope Hong Kong is not that warm as yet. We begin our every session with a gratitude corner, and those who are regulars have a fair idea what a gratitude corner is all about. This is the opportunity we give you to offer your gratitude, your appreciation to anything that has impacted you in a positive way in the last 1 week. Maybe it's people, it's challenges, it's your achievements, it's your team, your family, the almighty, anything that you can offer your gratitude and appreciation to. I'll give you about 30 seconds to offer your gratitude. Please keep your videos on because we would like to see your faces when you do so. And just take 30 seconds. But today you can take a little more because we're just 7 people in the room. If there are more, we just kind of try to make it into 30 seconds. So let's get started. Our president, Alifia, you go first. Alifia, you're on mute.
Yes. So thank you for this awesome corner of gratitude and welcome everyone to Global Entrepreneur Network. This week, I'm super, super, super grateful for a coach I got on board for helping me with some kind of a presentation I'm presenting to like the president of our company. And I wanted to take some extra inputs in terms of am I pitching it right? And he's been really shifting my perspective on how I can present that little strategy pitch to the management of my company. So I'm really grateful to that coach for helping me with that. And he's a part of Gen, by the way. So I found him on Gen. So his name is Andrew, if it helps for anyone. Based in, right now, I think he's in Bangkok. He used to be in London. I don't know, he travels a lot. So yeah, but I'm just grateful to my coach.
Thank you, Alifia. Gautam, you go next.
Hi, I think this is such a wonderful idea. And the person that I feel most grateful to in, now is not someone who does business with me. It's my daughter, actually. Her name is Niyati. She lives in London, and she's just presented us with a boy who will probably be our new son-in-law. And I'm delighted and grateful to the gods that we have that, in our family now. Thank you so much for helping me share that with you.
Thank you, Gautam. Bharat, you go next.
Am I audible?
Yes.
So, good morning. Gratitude to Anupama for holding this session. And gratitude is what I'm looking at. This week, I have a very painful lesson and a powerful perspective for you all. The past week has forced me to slow down due to some physical pain. Still frustrating. You can see I'm not able to open my eyes properly. It has become an unexpected gift to me. Slowing down, sitting at home, and I was sharing some gratitude messages with my friend, as I all do, and some of you are on my broadcast list receive them. I shared a message that when I got up, I opened my window, there was fresh air, this was wonderful view outside, and for a moment I forgot my pain and was just submerged in the wonderful takeoff of flights going on, and it's a beautiful stretch here. But then, same message I felt, and I just posted to my groups that I have these fresh whiff of air which takes my pain away. Very grateful. He replied back to me, Bharat, let this fresh air open your mind to fresh thoughts. And I'm really grateful for that one particular single piece of advice, which made me go through the entire week. Every day now I get up, I know there is such beautiful things outside. But what about thoughts inside me? And that gratitude is going in, thinking various perspectives which can enlighten and broadify my gratefulness. So on Gen platform, I'm gratitude to Rahul to reach out again to me, who's here. He is going to be in Hong Kong soon, and I'm looking forward to it. He has been here before, attending a convention before. And welcome, Rahul, and thank you for the
Yeah, nice to meet you, Bharat.
work together again. And that's it. That's my purpose to be here, week after week, building this trust and building, supporting each other.
Thank you, Bharat. Let's move on to Mr. Michael.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name's Michael. First, thank you for this opportunity. I have to thank Gaurav. Actually, I met Gaurav quite a few years ago. We used to carpool together to Abu Dhabi, and thankful that we were able to reconnect. And this definitely sounds like a very, very interesting group to be involved with. This week, I have to be really thankful and grateful for my wife. Besides recently coming back from a 7-week overlanding road trip to the UK, right now I'm going through some transition between jobs, and she's been nothing but supportive throughout our journey and throughout this journey. So I have nothing but absolute thanks and gratitude for my wife, and probably couldn't have done a lot of the things I've done without her in my corner and with her absolute support in everything we've done so far. So really thankful and lots of gratitude there.
Thank you, Michael. We move on to Joel.
Thank you, Anupama. Good morning, everybody. It's always nice to catch up on a Saturday morning. And I must say that the main aspect of this meeting that I really enjoy, or I really look forward to, besides meeting the known and the unknown faces, no doubt, is the fact that we spend these 15 minutes or whatever giving gratitude. Because I come from a time in my life when I never gave gratitude to anything. I always thought that things were something that I always did on my own. But when I joined Gen and I started practicing this, one key factor came to the front that it forced me out of my comfort zone to start saying thank you to anything and everything. And in my last meeting, I mentioned that I have just not thought about anything, but every second of the day that I'm awake, I say thank you. Now, how has that helped me in the last 1 week? For those who don't know, I have been unemployed since May this year. And thankfully, I am able to help my wife together in managing a salon business that we have ventured into. What happened was the income from the salon was dismal, if I should use the word. It was really bad, and me having lost my job, I was not able to really help the salon running, to keep it running. And around that time is when I got connected with Jen. And one practice I started in the WhatsApp group that we had of the staff and us. And that was every evening when we saw the income of the day. Earlier, it was me saying, this is not happening. I'm really frustrated. Why is the money not coming in, etc., etc., etc. What I changed that to do was the image that I saw of the income, I just replied back to the team saying, Amen, thank you. I've been doing this consistently over the last couple of weeks, and what I'm seeing from the start of from the fag end of August and the start of September is things are changing. Now there's a genuine thank you, whether it's a zero income of the day or whether it is 2 digits or whether it is 4 digits. And thank you for whatever is coming. And there's another area. As part of my unemployment phase, uh, I went into this cocoon of self-pity, self-blame, and over-analysis of why things are happening to me, after having spent 2 decades of being an expert in the domain that I work with. I came out of that again thanks to Jen. I stopped self-pity, I stopped self-blaming, and I started saying, live for the day and let things happen how they're supposed to pan out. And thankfully, the last week has seen me suddenly getting inquiries from companies just wanting to talk. There's nobody with an offer on the table. I'll be honest about that. But at least people are now wanting to talk. They want to put things together. They want to call me and say, okay, what's happened? Why this thing happened? Why that happened? Tell us more. What more can you do? And for me, that's what's keeping the momentum of my search going, from a brick wall to probably a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much.
Whoa, that's super powerful, Joel. Thank you for sharing it with us. You have made our day. And
Thank you,
specifically
Anupama.
for Alifia and Gaurav, who have been the founding members, today they must be thinking it was worthwhile spending the past 5 years building up Gen. So thank you very much for
Surely,
sharing.
surely. I want to mention one more thing since you took the name of Alifia. I think one of the cornerstones of the last week's experience of having had a good exposure was my one-on-one with Alifia. At the end of that meeting, I must mention that I was so low on confidence that I actually asked her to rate me. And I don't know how to say that, but she came back very strongly saying that there's nothing you need to be worried about. And I want to thank Alifia on this platform as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
And
Now let's move.
I mean, I just want to say one thing is normally it's not most people when they lose a job or something, they would get into this shell of after having an extremely successful career to be so explicit and open about being redundant or something like that. Some people would have, and it's a lot of power, that to come out on a forum live on YouTube to go and announce like this and stuff like that. So it's a lot of power and it's a lot of liberation that it takes to come out that strong. So you're no way going down from your Joel. So good stuff. Good work.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to Mr. Rahul.
Thank you, Anupama and Alifia, to have me in this meeting. So this week I want to have a gratitude for multiple people. One is my team, with whom we spend more time than even family. So they did some extraordinary job this week as part of the technology is concerned. Also, one more gratitude to one of the organization with whom I am connected. So they gave me a chance to present our product to them for with against like more than 200 people, where we present our product that is call analytics software. So I really helpful for both of the team who really help us to help in this week to make us successful for future.
Thank you, Rahul. The next one is Mr. Klaus.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
There's a slightly ironic starting point. I'm grateful that despite the cutting of cables through the Red Sea, we again have some kind of internet connectivity that allows to have a call across countries. As for a couple of days, that was really not a given. On a more personal level, this week I had the pleasure to meet again a person who I know for a couple of years, but hadn't been in contact with. I was at a pitching event for Emirati women presenting their businesses. And one of these ladies stepping up on stage was actually once a student of mine. And when she got up and saw me in the audience, she recognized me. And so we very happily reconnected. And I enjoy seeing and feel grateful for having had a moment in time, for whatever that moment literally did do, um, have a connection with people who are really extraordinary. As that young lady is not only successful in the businesses that she does, she actually also was on an Emirati lady trip to Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, which again I believe is something that not everybody does. So there is a big heart, a sense for business, and a sense of herself that makes her choose what she wants to do. That I felt extraordinarily grateful for.
Thank you, Klaus. We have Miss Anurupa. Anurupa, can you please come on camera? If you can come on camera, that's when you are allowed to offer your gratitude. Hello, hello. Okay, Anurupa doesn't seem to be there. Let's move on to Lata.
Good morning to all
Good
the
morning,
global
Lata.
friends. All excited to see you in next couple of days. This week, I'm grateful. Yesterday was one moment where I cherished. In the morning, I met my school friends, and some of the ladies had traveled from US. So we had a good social gathering kind of a thing where we connected and had a lot of fun. Afternoon was a MDRT road show where the head of Max Access Max Life had come to honor all of us on stage, and you can see my pictures on the status now, where I was also honored as one of the top MDRT agents and had a special privilege of coaching the other aspirants on how to do their $1 million roundtable club achievements, which I've been doing consistently for 18 years now. So that was a moment to cherish, where people come up to me with a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude for what I teach them open heartedly without having any inhibitions on how I do it, because many people are very shy to share what their success formula is. And I again and again talk to people about what I do, and that was a moment where I cherish, and I you know send a thanks to God for keeping me so connected to people and helping people to achieve what they want to. Thank you.
Thank you, Lata, and I hope I've taken care of everybody in this room except for myself. So we end this gratitude session with my offering. Today, I want to say thank you first to Joel. Joel, you actually made our day by that fantastic testimonial. I'm thankful, I'm grateful to my team because we are in a launch mode and it's pretty chaotic in office, pretty chaotic in my professional life. I'm thankful to all the members from my team, from Jen, from other entities that I'm associated with for tolerating my chaotic life. Because without their support, I wouldn't have kept my sanity. I wouldn't have been on track with what I'm doing. So thankful to each one of you for supporting me. With this, we end the gratitude corner. And thank you, each one of you, for sharing your thoughts, your opinions, your gratitude in this last 15-20 minutes. That's made this room vibrant, positive, and yes, we are good to go. Usually, the agenda runs that we have the introduction, which today will be taken care by Alifia, after which we have the session by Mr. Gautam, and then we'll have a small business session where we introduce each other's businesses. We ask, give our connections and stuff. So that's going to be the way we move forward. So, Alifia, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Anupama, and thank you everyone for this beautiful sharing. I think it just moves our energy first thing in the morning on a happy note, deep from the heart. So that's really nice. So let's get started. Let me see if this works. Okay. So welcome to Global Entrepreneur Network. I'm going to go a little double down fast track so that we can get quickly to Gautam for what we're learning today. So Global Entrepreneur Network is a platform which we created as an online platform. The main goal and intention is to connect you and you business owners with people and other businesses outside of our own region. We want to connect with someone from India. We want to connect with someone from Hong Kong, Bangkok. What can you do to expand your business premises outside of our current region and extend to a new region, a new country, and get that one contact to be able to take your business to another region, another country? And what does that take? That's been our entire goal and intention, to connect people and help with global reach, strategic partnerships, and a potential business expansion opportunity. How did we start? We started in COVID. And in COVID, people complained that there is no business, complained that there is no money coming in, there is no opportunities and stuff. And that's when we said, let's do something, let's bring people together. And then that's when the founding team came together, and a lot of bliss and membership from more than 5 years now. And we've continued driving, and we're having our anniversary happening next Saturday. So everyone is welcome to come. We're celebrating 5 years young of a successful Global Entrepreneur Network running since 2017. What we're trying to do is we're connecting entrepreneurs worldwide, having a global access to a global market. We are looking at having at least 50 countries, 10,000 entrepreneurs. We are right now in about 10 to 12 countries that we've had representation from repeatedly. And we're trying to create this platform where it becomes a place where you can help and find that new contact, find that new connection. And how do you do that? That's what we're going to do better and better as we go along. Our values are built on generosity, knowledge sharing, what we're going to do with Gautam today, where we want to learn more. Because as entrepreneurs, we stop learning. After a certain stage, after a certain lifetime, we stop educating ourselves, we stop adding value. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Most times we don't. So how do you create that knowledge sharing? How do you be generous, giving, collaborations, and accountability? So it's a platform where we share and lead, exchange leads, and that brings in a lot of generosity and a lot of accountability to make sure collaborate correctly and do it with integrity. So it's very important that we keep our word. A lot of activities. We've had the month of technology and software. We've had different speakers who've come and educated us on the new relevances of tech. We've had a month for healthcare, wellness, fitness. So we've had a rounded effect, suppliers and product companies that are from this field, but also a potential to expand and grow. We've had a business summit, which was a face-to-face meeting that we've arranged with multiple speakers. We had, I think, more than 60, 70 attendees. And we continue to bring events. So if any events from any part of the world, any country want to come into Dubai, we have a platform where we can support you to get the right sponsors, get the right avenues, the events and stuff like that, and give you some visibility for our members. Nothing better than having events. We've had our month for education and training, which is extremely important. We've had financial services last month, where we were talking about tariffs, the impact, the new taxes in Dubai, and things like that. And how do businesses really do, collections, and when you don't get your collections coming in time, and then what's the financial protection you can do? So this was a beautiful month in August. And then, we have Gautam Sen coming and helping us with this new world of the buzz of tourism and hospitality. What is this country doing? How are we bringing so many visitors to Dubai? And how is Dubai being a 5-year, coming from only 4 million of population coming to 7 million? And what are we doing different to get global tourism is booming? And, so we're going to hear a little bit from our speaker today. Our next week, 28th September, everyone's in for the 5th anniversary. We have Avi, who's going to help us with a few breakthroughs. We also have a few panels and a few education sessions with a lot of networking and a lot of good food. This is happening at the Hyatt in Dubai. So everyone's invited, especially if you're in Dubai, you should sign up and come for this one. This is happening next Saturday at Hyatt from 3 to 6. Okay, so we will meet again next Saturday in the morning for our regular Gen meeting for our global audience. The meetings are also happening in, I think, Mumbai, Delhi, Hong Kong, and Chennai. So there are 4 places where we're going to have our 5th anniversary in-person meetings happening at the same time. So we have it in 3 places in India and Hong Kong, driven by Bharat. And of course, Dubai, where we're doing it in Hyatt. So welcome all for this anniversary. Do celebrate with us. We're very proud of our journey. And it's all happened because of all of you. This is our leadership team. Gaurav and I started this about 5 years back. And then we have Sabri, who's consistently helped us with these beautiful posters and all the things, right from our logo to our color combination. Everything's created by Sabri since the last 5 years. Anupama helps us with digital transformation. She's a tech brain behind how we keep digital innovations coming up. And Bharat is our man on LinkedIn. He's the one who gets us visibility, presence, the global growth, right? So, and you've got to put these strategies for your own business as well. So that's where Bharat comes. Today, being grateful is what we finished. Knowing your community is what we're going to start. We'll have an education session with Gautam soon. And then we'll have a networking and a business sharing session as well. Connect with us on LinkedIn. Otherwise, this is where we all connect. And this is the platform everyone should be, the most expensive place to paid ads. So, but if you can get some organic content coming on LinkedIn, this is where you want to be. So make sure you're there. We don't have our breakout rooms today, but just very quickly, what we're going to do is, this is an entrepreneur's trap. Why Gen really does what we do is because of the entrepreneur's trap. You're working endless cycles. You're working on frustrated marketing practices, which you're paying a lot for leads and stuff, but you're not getting as much returns. You don't know where to price your product. You don't know if it should be priced high, should be priced low, and you're most times alone and isolated in your lonely journey on the top. So the guy on the top is always alone, right? So this is a typical world of an entrepreneur. And that's why we created Gen, where you can get that association, you can get those friendships, you can get those tete-a-tete, who's not necessarily judging, but it's an open place where you can sit and talk. So we've got a $100 SK plan, which you all know. Most of our regular members already know. For the new ones, just anytime you need anything from our leadership team, and we have certain people who are on our board as well who help us with helping you better. So if anyone need anything for a small fee of 100 US, you can come and take more benefits from our platform. We have the millionaire mentors who can help you with expansions as a proper detailed in-depth strategy for how you will go to Hong Kong, what does it take to go to India, get you the right handshakes and stuff like that. So we help you brainstorm if you really want to truly go to another city or another region. We have our members almost everywhere today. Authority positioning, if you want to present your business. Maybe a 10-second pitch is not good enough, not enough to tell what your business really does. But you can pay 100 US, come on our platform. We are always live on YouTube and we share it in multiple WhatsApp groups as well. Present your business, present your knowledge, what you do, and let people know more. If you're at a crossroads, you don't know if you should go left or right. You're at that T-junction now, and you don't understand if it should be a right or a left direction to take. Come discuss it with our other businesses. And for a simple 100 US, you can come with a business challenge you want to discuss. AI automation, if you're not using chatbot, we have a specialist who can help you with your digital strategy. Sales automation, if you don't know how you're selling, if you don't know your sales blueprint, your go-to-market strategy, how you can sell more at a certain price. For a simple 100 US dollars, you can get a one-on-one discussing in depth your sales strategy and what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong. And then, of course, our PR events. Physical events is the only way maximum business can happen. So if you want to really host an event or you have any boards who want to come into Dubai and host an event, we can support you with that. For a small fee of $100, we can give you some correct guidelines of who are the PR companies, what are the best venues, what are the best whatever, and even help you fill the room if you need, because that's always the most important thing. So these are some small things that we've taught that could be an added benefit for our members at Global Entrepreneur Network. So if you're a member and you're looking at any of these gaps, for a small fee of 100 US, we are willing to support you and come forward and do it. So it's not a money-making gimmick. It's just an idea where you can come and move your journey a little bit forward. And why this is important? Because time passes. Nothing's more valuable than time, right? The competitors are getting tougher. The market is taking shortcuts. And guess what? Another year will pass and you will still be where you are. So if you're in a confusion phase, get out of that confusion phase. Take extended hand, take this 100 US and come forward, solve your dilemma. So it's your choice. You're at these crossroads. You want to transform or stagnate. Most entrepreneurs are stagnated, but for a small listing, you can really come with a little bit of a more clarity, a little bit of a more, in where you're going and where you're heading. The most expensive decision is time lost. You can pay $100 million, but you won't get yesterday's day back. So if you've not done anything yesterday, you didn't do anything last evening, you didn't do anything last year, last month, no matter what you do, it's not coming back. So take that extra step and use this money well and get to your next phase of life. Okay, so this is it. Anyone needs anything, Gaurav is your man, and any of us, me or Anupama, you can ping. Bharat is always there. Just ping, take a slot on our meetings. We give you a limelight on our meeting. Come present your business, tell us what you want, challenge your listing, and we get you a platform where you can discuss anything you want on our platform. So welcome to Global Entrepreneur Network. Next session we have with Gautam. So we are going to take it off where Gautam is going to, I need to stop sharing. Okay. Anupama, are you introducing Gautam? I think he sent me.
Please do the honors, Alifia.
Can you ping me quickly? Sorry about this, I'm so late. Okay, okay. So we messed up, I think. There was something that Gaurav had sent, but he's the expert on the event, but I've lost it, Gaurav. So
I introduce myself.
yes, please.
May I do that? If you will
Yes.
permit me to start.
Yes, please.
Okay. So if I may
But
start,
Gaurav, I can just personally say he's a good friend. He's an expert. How I know him is he's the business guru, and he's helped so many startups, and he has so many extremely experienced and extremely not. Anytime we get stuck in Jen, he's our man. He's been mentoring Jen for the last 1.5 years, I think, to kind of direct us, channel us a little bit as well. And he's a personal friend you can go to anytime. So that's my little heart-to-heart introduction, but he's your man today.
Thank you, Alifia. So we're going to talk of tourism, a sector, a massive sector, in fact, which I feel is full of opportunities for entrepreneurs. To introduce myself, along with Alifia, what is my background in tourism? I finished an MBA in 1981 from IIM Calcutta, which is a management institute in India. And I joined the Tata Administrative Service, and they seconded me to the Taj Group of Hotels, a hotel group that many of you will be aware of. And I worked with the Taj Group of Hotels for about 19 years, including in Dubai. At which point I started an entrepreneurial organization of my own, which focused largely on tourism and hospitality. It's called Market Vision. And over the years, we worked with a number of national tourism boards, including Cyprus, including Visit Britain, France, Spain, etc., Malaysia. And So it's over a long period of time that I've picked up what little I know of the tourism sector, and which I'm happy to share with you today. If you could just have the slides on, the main slide on now, Alifia.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So on the next slide, you'll see what I believe to be the single most important thing that people talk about. When you talk to people about tourism, they'll tell you that, we went to London, we went to Prague, we went to Paris. And the whole idea was we will soak in the city, we'll soak it up. And if it's not a city, it tends to be a monument, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Westminster Abbey, Big Ben. And otherwise, it's a castle like the Red Fort in Delhi or the Windsor Castle or whatever. So cultural tourism, and this is cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is massive and it's probably the leader in all kinds of tourism. But the reality is that cultural tourism is simply one form of tourism. There are numerous forms of tourism, and I'm going to take you through the next slide also, with the objective that every individual will find some kind of attraction, some kind of appeal in one or the other. So it's good to share with you what I know of the different forms of tourism. So you see on this slide, medical tourism, MICE tourism, education tourism. I don't know how many of you are familiar with all these three kinds of tourism, forms of tourism. But to give you a little explanation, medical tourism is what? It is when I take a trip to a sulfur spring in Hungary, a health spa. I go to Jindal in Bangalore. I go to Atmantan in Pune. I come to Dubai, frankly, for plastic surgery in Jumeirah. Or I go to one of the great hospitals in India for a cancer or a heart surgery. That's medical tourism for you. What is MICE tourism? MICE is meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibitions. I see that most of you are resident in Dubai. So you're very familiar with, say, GITEX Global, which happens in October every year. You're familiar with Gulf Food, which happens in February every year. And you know that during the times that these exhibitions run, you should be nowhere near Dubai World Trade Center roundabout on Sheikh Zayed Road. Why? Because you'll never get out of that place. These exhibitions are so large that they fill every hotel in the city and they push an overflow into Sharjah and into Abu Dhabi. And so the whole city benefits, from those exhibitions. The hotels benefit, the taxis benefit, the restaurants benefit, and shops benefit, where these people go to shop. So that's MICE tourism for you, another huge element in the world of tourism. Education tourism. Your child has gone to college in the US. So you go midterm or you go at the time of his convocation. And then you say, why should I just be in Boston? Let me go and visit my friends and relatives across the country, in San Francisco, in Chicago, in Washington, D.C., and you take advantage of all the tourism facilities that the US offers, with your excuse for having come to the US being that I have to attend my son's convocation. And then, of course, there are college and school trips where Emirates International School takes its students from the Jumeirah branch and takes them on a tour to understand another country. They take them, let's say, to Muscat in Oman. But again, that's not all in tourism. There is sports tourism. How many of us went to Qatar for the FIFA event, the FIFA World Cup in 2022? We go to Wimbledon, we go to the Olympics. In fact, now people have come to view the Asia Cup in Dubai, where India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and several others will play. Then you have cruise tourism. You have cruise tourism where entities like Costa, Royal Caribbean, etc., have become household names, and they'll take you on cruises in the Mediterranean, in the Bahamas, in Alaska, etc. And adventure tourism, rafting in Rishikesh, whitewater rafting in other parts of the world, particularly in New Zealand, etc., climbing mountains. But why am I telling you all this? The reason I'm telling you all this is that there are reasons and reasons and reasons that people travel. And within one of those reasons, you may be able to find the one single element that interests you individually as an entrepreneur. So let me tell you the other 3 or 4 forms of tourism that I would want you to think about. One is VFR. What is VFR? VFR is visiting friends and relatives. Indians are the largest nationality that is resident in the UAE. We have our parents coming, we have our children, if they are old enough, coming, we have our friends coming, we have business acquaintances that we worked with before, and they all come to meet with us, and then they spend a week in Dubai. They take advantage of all that Dubai has to offer, and they invest tourism dollars as an export entity into the Dubai economy. There is culinary tourism. I could go for a wine tour on a river in France and go from vineyard to vineyard to vineyard. I could go on a tour into the Scottish distilleries, where I see what is Ardbeg, what is Laphroaig, what is Glengoyne, etc. And finally, there is special interest tourism. Bunches of friends get together and say, let's go on a golfing holiday, let's go to Bangkok. Others will take family and go to Disney World. Somebody will say, Leonard Cohen is the greatest singer-songwriter that I know, and I want to go and visit and see his last concert. He's becoming an old man. He is not well. He's doing a concert in Madrid in Spain, and I must go there because I don't know if he'll ever again do an event. And so there are forms and forms and forms of tourism. But when you think of tourism, if you see the next slide, the Taj Mahal is a tourism product. But the Taj Mahal is simply the tourism product. It is not the overall tourism experience. The overall experience means I want to go and see the Taj Mahal in Agra, and I live in Dubai. So I must have an airport nearby, near Agra, and that airport is New Delhi. I must have good airline connections, Emirates, Etihad, Indigo, Air India, etc., taking me to Agra, to Delhi. Once I get into Delhi, I must have good roads to take me to Agra and good and comfortable cars or coaches on hire for that road trip. When I get closer to Agra, I must have controlled crowds. I must not be put into a situation which is claustrophobic. The roads must be controlled, etc. There should be no garbage or dirt, etc. as I walk that last mile when I get out of the car and go to the Taj Mahal, because that will completely spoil the overall experience that I have when I'm going to travel to the Taj Mahal. But even that's not all. Once I reach the Taj Mahal, I must have a good security system. I must have an orderly line, that controls my going to the ticket counter. I must have on site, ideally, an multi-language audio system, which tells me as I'm walking about the Taj Mahal that this is who Shah Jahan was. Shah Jahan made the Taj Mahal. Who is Mumtaz Mahal? Who are the Mughals? And perhaps even guide me to another massive tourism entity in Agra, which is Fatehpur Sikri, and tell me that you cannot go back from Agra just having seen the Taj Mahal. You must see the Buland Darwaza, that massive door in Fatehpur Sikri. And then, of course, as I'm coming out, I'd like to see a family-friendly cafe, not very high-priced products, where my kids and I can have some snacks and coffee and stuff. And I need a souvenir shop. Now, if you look at a cruise experience, the cruise ship alone is not the tourism product, but it's not the tourism experience. Again, you need a good road bringing you to the terminal, the cruise terminal. Look at the cruise terminals that Dubai and Abu Dhabi have created in the last 10 years. You need controlled crowds. You need good security system. You need good baggage handling system. And then you get onto the ship, and then you have the ship product, which has the casinos, the various foods on offer, the swimming pools, the whole variety of games and entertainment facilities that makes cruise liners so special. Now, most of us know that the world, and I don't just mean Europe, I also mean places like Singapore, Japan, have done this tourism experience thing exceedingly well, the things that are required on site. But unfortunately, we still have to get our act together in India. And there is another huge opportunity. Now let's look at why tourism is important. On the next slide, we'll see that tourism contributes to national income, percentage of GDP. Spain gets 13% of its GDP from tourism. Closer to home, UAE gets 12%. But look at India. It's not small, but it lags at 4.5%. Look at tourism revenues. The US in 2024 had a contribution of $3 trillion from tourism. Look at India, a country with 1.4 billion people, the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, etc. Vis-a-vis that $3 trillion got $250 billion. Even our little Dubai got $65 billion in 2024. Look at the number of international visitors. Spain had 138 million last year. Our India, 9 million. Even Dubai had 19 million. And this is not a small thing. Because when you have international visitors coming to your country, they meet your people, they meet your culture, they understand what you're all about. It's a huge contribution to what I can only call the brotherhood of man. And in our fractured world today, that's a huge thing. That's a huge, huge thing. So the faster we get our 9 million to 100 million, the better it is for all of us. Even domestic travelers contribute hugely to tourism. Out of that $250 billion that I told you India made in tourism in 2024, only $25 billion, mind you, came from international tourists. The rest of it, almost $250 billion, came from domestic travelers. And I'll tell you a little story here. As I told you, I used to work with the Taj Group of Hotels. So in the mid-80s, I was in the headquarters in Bombay, responsible for Goa. And Goa was very, very important to us in the Taj Group at that time, because the Taj had opened Goa as a destination, in the late 70s. And we had Taj Holiday Village, we had Fort Aguada Beach Resort, we had Aguada Hermitage. And what used to happen every year in the mid-80s, I'm now saying, is that around the 15th of April, the last British holiday maker would leave Goa, go back home to the UK. And then we had no clue who would come to occupy all those rooms that we had in Goa from the 15th of April to the 15th of October, when they began to trickle back in. And so we'd sit down in the end of March with the general managers of the units of the Taj Holiday Village, etc., and make decisions. We'd say, let's close Aguada Hermitage completely, and let's close Taj Holiday Village completely through the summer and the monsoon. And that was lost revenue, because your tourism product was sitting there. The rooms were available, the restaurants were there, the chefs were there, the room service waiters were there. And you had to pay salaries, but you had no revenue coming in. And that is the point in time where we sat down and made the holiday packages for the domestic traveler. I don't know how many of you remember that in the 70s and 80s, when we went on holidays in India, in our summer holidays and winter holidays, it was largely to our grandparents' house. And we used to travel by train. We didn't have travel by airplanes at that time. And that is the way I remember being brought up as a child. That was my summer holiday, visits to my grandmother. So the whole thing of opening up domestic tourism in India through Goa into the Taj Holiday Village, Fort Aguada Beach Resort, created a huge new market. And look at it. Out of $250 billion earned in tourism last year in India, 270 or so, $225 came from the domestic traveler. Building and offering good tourism products and experiences also instills pride in the citizenry. and it creates enhanced community bonding. It creates jobs, by the way. In Spain, 6% of the population is involved in the tourism industry. In India, we have 40 million people involved in the tourism industry, but if you look at it as a percentage of population, it's only 2.8%. And that in an industry where you don't, in the larger part of the employment, you don't need huge skills. You don't need university degrees. You don't need PhDs. Housekeeping staff, room service waiting staff, landscaping staff, they don't need huge skills. They are easily trainable from school graduates. And that's the level at which you are able to create jobs. Incidentally, it's not just direct jobs. The World Tourism Organization says that for each one person employed in the tourism industry, say, for example, a room service waiter, 1.5 jobs are created outside the tourism industry. Where? Taxi drivers. Where? Shop salespeople. Where? Food producers. Where? Food processing supply chain people. So for one job in the tourism industry, you're creating 1.5 jobs in the indirect the indirect world. And I could go on and on with you with examples, but I do hope that I've given you some understanding of the tremendous benefits that tourism brings to a national economy. But what does this all mean for you? How could you benefit? Where are the opportunities? If you look at the next slide, we look at opportunities abounding. If you look at accommodations, you could invest in a 5-star hotel. So many people have invested in 5-star hotels in Dubai. They're going to build a Wynn, the first casino operation in Ras Al Khaimah in the UAE. But 5-star hotels are a huge investment. You can also think of pilgrimage sites in India, where there continues to be space for 2- and 3-star hotels, good, clean accommodations, low price, but having a ready market of pilgrims who want to come to these pilgrimage sites, but are not able to or are constrained today because they don't see sufficient accommodation for themselves. When I was a child, I grew up in Dehradun, which is in Uttarakhand, a northern state in India. There was a lovely National Tiger Reserve in a place called Jim Corbett Park. And I still remember that I've been to Jim Corbett Park maybe 10 times when I was a child. And we used to go to that same old building, decrepit, small rooms, unsavory food. You go to Jim Corbett Park today, and you have fabulous tented accommodations of the nature that you're seeing in this picture. Huge family-sized tented accommodations, very secure with their own toilet facilities, etc., looking out over the mountains, and it's absolutely transformed, the kind of accommodations that you have in Jim Corbett Park. Do you have such opportunities in Periyar? Do you have such opportunities in Ranthambore? These are the opportunities that entrepreneurs will look out for. When you talk of tourist spots in India, I talked to you a little while ago about audio information systems. We don't have them. We don't have them in the Taj Mahal. We don't have them in the Red Fort. We don't have them in Victoria Memorial in Calcutta. The audio information system, the family-oriented cafe, the souvenir shop. Where do you see a souvenir shop in any of these tourist spots in India? I was in Rotterdam recently and my friend told me, let's go 10 kilometers out. There's a little town called Schiedam. I said, what are we going to do in Schiedam? He said, we'll go to the National Jenever Museum. I said, what is Jenever? He says, Jenever is gin. The first gin in the world was created in Schiedam. So I said, let's go. And what do we see? We see a windmill. We see pictures of what gin production was at that time. And they're making money. And I'm thinking to myself that the British came to India and they were bitten by mosquitoes and they'd get malaria. And they'd say, and they created quinine, they made quinine into what they call tonic. And then they said quinine in water and in soda as tonic doesn't taste very good. So let's mix it with gin. So we, the Indians, created tonic water. We created gin. Why can't we do a gin and tonic museum in India? Why can't we do a basmati rice trail? Why can't we do a tea estates trail? Why can't we do a turmeric trail in India? So I'm just stating all these because these are potential opportunities for entrepreneurs. And somebody will like one idea, somebody will not like any of the ideas. But there are ideas and ideas and ideas to work upon in the tourism industry in India and in the UAE. But I'm going to stop here. I guess I've taken up my 20 minutes that Alifia permitted me. And I'd be very happy to address any questions that you may have and discuss anything. Thank you so much.
So we can raise hand, and in case there's any, or just speak up, it's also fine. It's a small room today. So any thoughts? So I think what I took away is, of course, tourism has a lot of contributions to the GDP and the economy of a country, but also it brings in a lot of parallel opportunities for business owners. It brings in a lot of parallel opportunities, parallel businesses, transport, airline, suppliers, culture, all that stuff. But there's a lot of parallel supporting businesses around that could be. So is anyone involved in anything tourism related business here, or any of us, or anything you want to share or talk?
I would like to first of all say thank you, Gautam. You have put the numbers in place and opened our eyes. I visit all foreign countries on both when I have conferences as well as when I do personal tours. Especially, I go to the UK often because my daughter lives in London. And every time I go there, I see that these people, they have historical places which are preserved. And, they charge a bomb to just go and see that. If you see those places, they're all in shambles. There is nothing left to be seen. It is only a history what is speaking that is not restored. But what they have done is they have got beautiful gardens around it. They have got these souvenir shops. They have these cafe shops. They make it an experience. You pay 20, 25 pounds to get in there for per person. You get this video and audio, speakers which you can switch on your own, which will tell you about the history. Walk around the place, the palace or the castle or whatever it is, and then within 1 or 2 hours you are done. But people do have to go via the souvenir shop only for exit. So there are lots of memorabilia which is sold at a very high cost, which may or may not be related to the historic place you visited, and then you come out poorer by more than 100 pounds. So I always say that India is such a rich heritage and culture country. We have so many monuments in India which are far, far, far superior than what we see abroad. And whether it is in Europe, I was recently on a Europe tour, and when they took us on a night tour, they charged us another 20 euros just to go see in the Italy the lights of the Colosseum and the some palaces and all. I was not impressed because I have seen better things in India than I have seen there. And I had to pay so much money to see that. So I always believe that India has got great potential. It is totally, totally underused. And if you are in the hotel industry and you know so much about it, you must talk to the concerned departments in the country, like the government who is handling these kind of stuff. Yes, we are improving. We have a lot more internal local people visiting our heritage points. I recently, yesterday, met my school friend who came from US, and she went all over South India visiting all the temples, and all the cultural things that we had to do. But there is a long way for us to go. And if you can, put this on to the people who are really concerned and who can make the changes in the country, then it will do great for India. Thank you.
Very nicely spoken. By the way, we have been doing. But I'll tell you something. in every national economy, there comes a time when things happen. We were too poor to travel all around the country earlier. We are now in a position where we are able to spend. We have
Sir,
disposable
ನಾನೇ
money.
ಲತಾ ಶುಭಾಕರ್ sir.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
So I believe that this will happen now. Much like we are doing stuff in AI, etc., which we were called an outsourcing country in technology. We are now being looked at as the forefront of technology. It's going to happen in tourism. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened yet, but the opportunity is so vast. I'll give you one example. You've all been to Safdarjung tomb in the past. It was a disaster. The Aga Khan took it over about 5 or 7 years ago, and they redid the entire Safdarjung tomb. It is such a pleasure to visit Safdarjung tomb today. They're doing it in Nizamuddin now. They're doing it at the Qutub Minar, and it's going to happen. You see over the next 10 years what happens to Indian tourism. I'm persuaded.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
Super. So let's take very quick 10 seconds input from 30 seconds maybe, and then we'll get into our business introductions quickly. So because we want to make sure everyone goes away with new contacts for yourselves as well. But yeah, go ahead, Joel, and then we have Michael after.
Thanks, Olivia. First of all, Gautam, thank you very much for sharing such great insight on tourism as a subject. And honestly, the insight you have provided never really allowed us as consumers to realize that it can be fragmented so beautifully. The next takeaway that I want to share is that um, for a person who's looking for their next opportunity of getting into entrepreneurship, the statement you made saying that pick up the area of the tourism sector that you find appealing to you and see how you can convert it into a business venture, into something that you can monetize. I'm taking this as a very effective takeaway because just yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine who's in the United States on a contract work permit, and he lost his job 4 days ago. And we were just talking about this. He was like, Joel, I have the money, but he's 51. And he says, I have the money, but I really don't know what to do. And I have put a message in the group here. I've said, can you please share this presentation with me? Because I want to push this in his direction and say, bro, what is it from this that you can pull out and we can work on it together? Thank you.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Michael. Great sharing, Joel. Gautam, are you okay to share the presentation with Joel?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll send it on the chat right now. Michael?
Thank you. Gautam, I just want to echo that. I mentioned my wife and I, we recently came back from a road trip. We drove for 47 days from Dubai to the UK, covering almost 22,000 kilometers, hitting 24 countries. And I mean, if anyone's interested in finding out more about entrepreneurial opportunities, that's one way to actually see every country, every city we hit, there was an opportunity to make money. Is either a souvenir opportunity, a guided opportunity. We saw a lot. So yes, I definitely echo that. Tourism, anywhere you go, there will be an opportunity if you look for it.
Fantastic. Well, I've been into tourism since the age of 17. I started my first job doing like an IATA with travel agencies, selling tickets and stuff like that. But technically today, after 20 years, I'm still into the same field. So I'm in the construction field of building hospitality, hotels and malls and things like that. But there's so much opportunity. The amount of stuff that goes in, right from switches to lights to cables to wallpaper to cutlery on the table to literally pin to piano. And it's much better than any other industry because if you're doing B2C or B2 whatever, hospitality works on a global procurement. So Marriott International, Hilton International will select the same kind of stuff for the whole 300 hotels they have in Middle East, Turkey, Africa alone. They'll again pick something completely simple and similar for the whole 600 hotels they have in India. And then they'll pick something similar for Europe and stuff like that. There's so much of local sourcing and it's literally you'll sell everything that you can imagine and think about in just this. And there's a lot of standardization, so it's a one-time effort, but it's a repeat kind of a bulk, massive deal, right? So it's not small. So this is a very big opportunity. I'm glad we were talking about opportunities as offsprings that can come out from this. And of course, labor, staff, trainings, coaching is also huge because it's a very service-related industry. So if anyone, most of us are in, and then to Lata, travel insurance, right? Because she's into insurance and stuff. So medical insurance, travel insurance, that can be another angle. So anything and everything you can take as an offspring. But of course, this is an industry which isn't going anywhere. It's growing, it's booming, and it's only going to multiply because globalization has become a common sense thing. And everybody is no more studying only in their own country. They're traveling for education and stuff. So definitely think about your business proposition from tourism and hospitality as a target avatar, like a customer. Not many are thinking on those lines. So definitely very easy penetration and huge opportunity. And of course, Gautam is our expert for any business startups or anything. You can always reach out to him. Fantastic insights. I think Gautam, Thai Dubai, right? You've been a part of Thai, right? The international entrepreneur. You have been, right? I think I originally
I'm one of the founders of Thai Dubai.
You're one of the founders, right? Yeah, of course. So you should tell about Thai, yeah, because for everyone in Dubai and stuff also, because this is such a powerful platform. So they can pick on you to get a business proposition ready if anyone need help for a new idea into this industry as well. Do you want to say a few words about Thai?
You want
your association?
Yeah. You see, Thai, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Thai, but Thai is one of the oldest and, on an international platform for entrepreneurs, it helps entrepreneurs grow. And mentoring is a huge thing in Thai. And Thai stands for the Indus Entrepreneurs, by the way. It was started in Silicon Valley in the early 1990s when a lot of particularly Indian and Pakistani entrepreneurs sold their businesses and said, we want to give back to society. And so the term Indus, the Indus entrepreneurs, but that's history now, that's forgotten. Subsequently, the Indus entrepreneurs grew into an entity which now has some 50 branches all over the world. London, 5 chapters in the US, 8 or 9 chapters in India. And we started Thai Dubai in 2003. And I was president of Thai Dubai in 2007-8. Thai continues to be very, very active in Dubai. And it's, for budding as well as established entrepreneurs, it provides a very good forum for networking, if not for anything else. And I'd encourage any of you and all of you to actually explore the possibility of seeing how Thai could aid, in the endeavors that you are chasing. Yeah, Alifia, would that...
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so with that, thank you so much, Gautam, for giving us that new idea and that new, different element of where and what we can do. Let's quickly start with our introductions, a quick one. We have about...
Can I say thank you for the opportunity, and can I say, I'll say goodbye?
Yes, of course, you can.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Great, so we have your coordinates anyway, so... yes, so people you can connect, but let's quickly say hi to everyone. Let's start with our new members first. So Michael, go ahead. Okay, let's have one example and then we'll have Michael after so he knows how it goes. So what we do now is we introduce ourselves in like 10 seconds or so, 15 seconds max. Please don't give us your life history today because we know most of you already. And quick ask, if anything. And then connect with people later, okay? I hope you have all filled in your introduction on the link so that your contacts can be shared later in the WhatsApp group. And I'm going to send the WhatsApp group as well right now. So let's have quick introductions. Let's have Ratan first, and then we have Michael after.
Hi everyone, lots of love and gratitude. This is Ratandeep Singh Mata. I'm a leadership and business manifestation coach. So I do life coaching, leadership coaching, and business coaching, uh, leveraging the power of manifestation, helping people to shift their mindset and grow professionally without resorting to any negative emotions such as fear, anger, and regret, but rather growing via collaboration, via love, empathy, and compassion. So I specialize into one-to-one coaching, and I'm looking forward to get connected with aspiring C-level executives, which is senior managers and above, and any startup founders who are looking for collaborative approach. So that's it. Stay blessed, stay awesome. Take care.
Thanks, Ratan. So, guys, the link is on the chat again. So, anyone want to connect with Ratan, put Ratan's name first and then your name in the chat. So then Ratan knows he needs to reach out to you. So, put Ratan's name first and then your name if you want to connect with him, or give him a reference from your network. Let's go, Michael.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Michael Chu. I am in investment management. I recently resigned from my post as the head of investments at Sarwa, which is a digital wealth platform in the region, homegrown, and currently working with a different firm as a consultant for an outsourced CIO, Chief Investment Officer Services, supporting family offices, multifamily offices, and banks. Yeah, so anything in the wealth space is what my background is. And as I mentioned, my wife and I love adventuring. We off-road, overland, and could possibly see that taking up more of our time and probably looking at some business opportunities around global travel, adventure tourism, and that sort of thing. So just kind of diverging from the day job. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, amazing. So Michael's been very fast. He's already filled the link. So that was amazing. So I've got you on
Thank
the
you.
Google Sheet already. So that's great. So Michael, how it works is you have a few names, like you have Anupama, me, Klaus, Ratan. So we've shown interest in what you pitched. So the least you can do is reach out to all of us and say, how can we collaborate or what we can do together or whatever.
Thank
So
you.
that's how it works. So usually you go into a networking group and there are a million people and then you start calling everyone, but here people have given you permission to connect. So it's awesome. So we love this invite-based connectivity. Of course, you can still call Jude even if he didn't put his name, and Mudit, but just as a heads up.
Thank you.
Great. Klaus, go next. And then we have Mudit after.
Good morning, everybody. The name is Klaus Misera. My company is Gromi International. We are operating out of Dubai since 2010 and have done all kinds of funny things. And as Thai was so much on the face today, the young lady I was talking about earlier in the grateful section, I actually met at Thai.
Quick ones today, Klaus.
Yes,
Quick
I
ones.
understand, but I try to build context. Without context, nothing really makes sense. So we have done many different things. So Michael, I put my name behind your name because I was a CIO in a private investment bank long time ago, and that still runs with me when I do consultancy with companies. I'm not so much focusing on the personal journey of the people. No matter how important it is, there's a business that has to be addressed. Thank you.
Lovely. Guys, Klaus is a good person to connect. He has a lot of ideas, a lot of intent, a lot of awesome growing businesses and in the Middle East. That's what he does. He also helps a lot of students. So good, great insights from him. So put Klaus and your name in the chat. Jude, since you're smiling so much, let's have you next.
No, so I've been reposting on LinkedIn. So my wife just seen my post for whatever reason, and there was some assessment, and so we were just talking about it. But yeah, Alifia, it was so refreshing after a strenuous week with corporates, especially the energy sector, which we have just acquired for gamification, and we're doing four events there. Yeah, it's a US based company. So yeah, myself, Jude, I am from Amchi, Mumbai, and it was so refreshing about Gautam sharing, and tourism is something on my heart. Maybe for the few years later, I'll connect with him. So I'm a corporate trainer and also into mindset leadership, um, promoting gamification because it can really do justice to a lot of business houses, corporate players, employees. We had a fantastic time this week, and we're expecting next week as well.
Hashtag fantastic. Great.
And yeah, recently we have just started with a 5,000 square feet place to do counseling there and to promote our activities. It's called Live Shot. It's a drugless. So we're looking at also franchisee. If anyone wants a franchisee, so we're just looking at that. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Great.
anyone wants to connect? Yeah.
Gamification is the only way people learn today. People cannot just take theory and lessons and things like that. So Jude has a fantastic gamified leadership, sales, multiple personal development, but through a board game. And it's amazing. So you can also do franchises, but engage him as well. So put Jude and your name in the chat. They can do it any other country as well. So put him and connect with Jude. It's amazing what he does. Lata, I'll go now and then Anupama after.
Hi, Lata Shubakar. I'm an independent financial advisor with 24 years of experience. I bring what is known as safety to people's lives by making sure that risk is transferred from their shoulder to the insurance company's shoulders. I work with income protection, health, accident, and critical illness. And these are things which you can take to protect your family. Currently, I'm more concentrating on NRIs. That's why I attend this forum. I'm coming to Abu Dhabi for a conference from HDFC Ergo tomorrow morning, and I'll be in Abu Dhabi for 2 or 3 days. And 2 days I'm in Dubai on the 17th and the 18th. I've just checked with Anupama. Alifia, if you're free, we can meet up. I'm looking for one NRI connect from your side who lives in Dubai so I can talk to them and brief them. I'm getting my PPT presentation to share why one should invest in India and how it is going to give you immense returns in terms of protection, returns, and your financial goals, whether it is a child's education or retirement or whatever it is. Please give me one connect, whether you are in India or in Dubai, of somebody who is living in Dubai. Thank you very much. And good news, we have done away with GST. Earlier, only the NRIs used to get the GST waiver. Now, even Indians don't get to pay the GST. Huge enthusiasm and buoyancy in the market because no 18% GST wiped off. So please get in touch.
Wow,
Thank you.
Amazing. That's so cool. But Lata, you're not allowed to come to Dubai.
I'm not allowed to come to Dubai.
No, not if you're not staying till the 20th. 20th is our 5th anniversary. If you
Yeah,
come to
unfortunately.
Dubai and you think about leaving on the 18th.
Yeah, unfortunately, I am bound by the company rules. I cannot extend because they are bringing me. It was my ticket. I could do anything I
But
like.
you come on your personal and you stay 2
I
days.
should come on my personal thing. I'll come again.
No, but you can't miss the anniversary. You are a regular member.
Yeah.
Nobody will meet you, I'm telling you. We
I'll
might
come and meet
cancel.
you. I will come and meet you.
Please
If I'm
stay till
sponsored, I don't
20th,
mind.
okay?
If I'm sponsored, I can come.
Yes.
Okay. Why
Have to
not?
come on.
Anupama and I are meeting anyways, and she's bringing some friends also. So
I'll also come to
Alifia,
meet you. I'm not
please.
going to let you go without meeting you, but
Yeah.
you have to stay till the 20th.
I wish I could. I tried. I asked them, can I extend it? They said no, because it's a group booking, right? So it's very difficult for them to change rules.
Pay the difference and stay
1,200
20th.
people are coming to Dubai. 1,200.
Okay, Khalas, I will discuss with you later. We have only like
Okay,
2 minutes
bye.
to go. I still have Anupama, Mudit, and myself. Can you believe it? Okay, go ahead, Anupama. You have like 10 seconds.
Should we ask Mudit, please? Let's ask Mudit first.
Okay, Mudit, go now. Mudit will not even come online in 10 seconds. Mudit, are you there? Khalas,
Yeah.
Oh, he's there. Guys, everyone
Good
stay
morning,
tuned.
everyone. Good to see you again with a very refreshing session. This side Mudit Anurag Bagaria, your extended arm in Delhi. a photographer and a cinematographer working in the industrial photography, which is a very new addition now done. Because last project that we catered was of an industrial shoot that we did in Mumbai. And again, so this gives me up for the new one. Next is already running our in the interiors photography space and architecture space along with fashion photography. So I'm looking out for the connects of for the hoteliers and resort owners along the Middle East this time. And that is my ask. Pan India, of course, if anyone can connect, but this time the specific would be any good hotel or resort that is catering us for a photo shoot or is looking for a photo shoot in Middle East anywhere. We are happy to come. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. Fantastic. Thanks, Mudit. Anupama, go now.
Good morning once again. This is Anupama from 4C Integrated Communicators. We are a marketing communications agency, and what we get to the table is entire 360-degree marketing support for any company who has no marketing department or is handled by just one person. So I'm always available on the Gen platform. Over to you, Alifia.
Super. So marketing is key, guys. You have to do branding, marketing. You cannot cut corners. You can hire one person less, but online has become one person's salary literally and can get you much more returns and things like that. So work differently. And Michael can tell you from Sarva, they've had a unicorn, right? Like now, amazing, great launches and Dubai Bond Company, and I think became a unicorn, right? So amazing, great story, great story, yeah, Sarva. So hi, I'm Alifia, and I run a company called 10x Strategy Coach. I'm wearing the shirt today, so yeah. So I run a company called Rooftop Sales, and we do everything to grow and scale companies. And with 10x Strategy, we're helping companies launch into IPOs, into franchise-ready models and IPO. It's a business consulting, business coaching platform. So this is what we do. We're also onboarding coaches who would become that potential coach who would help a company launch in an IPO. So we are also recruiting more coaches. Anupama is one of our coaches. Klaus has come a couple of times as well on the platform. But certification given. And literally, Middle East is the place where the government wants more and more unicorns. Abu Dhabi is fighting for that spot as well. And Saudi Arabia is an underdog. So you can actually have a lot of listed companies. Why should an SME not think big? And why should an SME, which is third generation, second generation, keep running like a mama papa shop and just get stagnated after 10 years and 20 years? Most companies are not doing more after 10, 20 years. They're pretty much stagnated there. Why can't we give an SME a new way of working and become an autopilot, board-driven organization, which can bring returns to the family even after they are gone? So you don't need your kids and your grandkids to be as interested as the founder in that business. You can actually create a platform that keeps paying the family even after your generations have lost interest in it. So this is the new school of thought, and that's what we are creating. We are looking for coaches who would potentially come on board as well. But this is a Dubai platform. Our 10x coaches are entrepreneurs. So they have to be an entrepreneur who can help another business to scale and grow. So that's what we do. So put Alifia and your name in the chat. And with that, I want to officially call this meeting to a close. Everyone's in the WhatsApp group I see, and everyone has, Bharat, are you there? We forgot you. It's camouflaging with my yellow, so I didn't even see another second screen with my background. Bharat, are you there? Our extended arm of Hong Kong. Okay, I'll introduce Bharat. He's based in Hong Kong. He's been there for like 30 years, I think, 25, 30 years now. Super connected. And if his extended arm in the sense that if anyone need any sourcing to be done from Hong Kong, any products, any company, local contacts, logistics, anything, he's the man on the ground. He knows literally half the city. And Hong Kong is a new China, right? Like, so if anyone want to do sourcing or anything from a Chinese Hong Kong based company, products, imports, exports, anything, you can reach out to Bharat, and he's already come. So you can say hi, but Bharat, we're 3 minutes over. but you can say hi
Thank you,
quickly.
Olivia.
No, we need to hear you.
I said thank you, Olivia.
Okay, good. Super. So with that, we want to officially call this meeting to a close. Thank you all for coming. See you again next Saturday, same time every week. And next Saturday is our anniversary. So make sure, please, let's have Michael. We want you in. Klaus, I hope you've already signed up. Lata, you are going to be in Abu Dhabi, so you got to come. Anupama, I hope you've signed up. Bharat, fly from Hong Kong. Oh no, he's running another platform in Hong Kong. So make sure everyone comes for our anniversary, okay? Dubai guys, no discount. You've got to make it.